Stardeus. So I guess let's jump in, let's keep going, and figure out what's going on, and presumably there is a fair amount going on. Alright. Working on liquid processing, that's cool. The fact that I have enough power to do liquid processing is cool. Not enough microchips, but we're making microchips, right? Somebody's out here making microchips at the crafting station. Look at him. Look at him go. Muffin doing some work. Thanks, Muffin. I'm glad my humans are doing at least something worthwhile. And Chance the dog out here, 82 health and chillin'. I should probably order you to get petted. This robot is ready to pet a dog. What is with your bar here? What is this blue bar? Is that charge? That looks like it's charge. All right, well, I trust you to figure that out on your own. All right, so what am I working towards here? There's no, like, nearby ship I'm trying to pick up. Not enough petroleum for a probe. I was gonna make a probe. How do I make petrol? Oh, that's what the liquid processing is for, so I can make petroleum. All right, I accept. We're slowly working our way towards enough microchips, and also science, I think, is a thing I am working on. Where is the robot who is learning how to science? This guy. Carbot. Where is my thing that shows all of my robots? Known beings. And if I look at your skills, I can see you have enough science, but not enough construction. Okay, well, should have done more construction, huh? I guess you couldn't fly out over to the derelict ship and help rip it apart, which is why your construction is so low. Alright, but you're getting there. 5.84. Once he gets to 6, we'll be able to do all of the work. They're sitting here like we have the microchips for him, and it's just not happening yet. Lots of steel plates getting burnt. We haven't really found a better thing to burn for fuel than steel plates, have we? Like, I haven't been paying close attention, but presumably something is more efficient. Eventually. Right? Presumably. I guess I can look at almost anything and see what the energy value of it is. And then also, like, I should be looking at what is a renewable resource? Are any resources renewable, really? There was a thing that's like, where is my resource list? Inventory here. So we've already burned through, like, 2,000 something steel plates, if I had to guess. I mean, based on this list, we've burned through like 400 something steel plates, but we've also been making a lot of steel plates by ripping up parts of this spaceship and or other spaceships. So, like, that's not gonna last, is the point I am trying to make. But I'm not sure what the next step is when it comes to figuring out what I am going to be what I'm gonna be using to power my ship. Because we gotta get something, and ideally it's something renewable, but gonna be solar unless you can go nuclear. I mean, I'm working on the solar also. Keeping all my robots busy. I could do another solar array. Do these things go, like, as necessary, rather than constantly burning all of the time? All of this looks like it's full burning. I guess because I'm doing the liquid processing. I suppose I have a power output thing that I can look at. Max production is 504. Current consumption is 504. Well then. Oh yeah, let's make some more solar. That seems like a good idea. I'm going to need to build a floor. Regular floor. With an energy thing. One of these. That's fully connected. That's fully connected. That, okay. That'll connect. What was the hotkey for this? Connect is E. And then once that's up, I mean, yes, it is in a merchant's job description to rip me off, but like, there's a certain amount of figuring out how much I'm getting ripped off and how worthwhile it is. So, like, not incredulous, but definitely wondering how I need to engage in order to make things work out for myself. Alright, and then we're building a bunch of solar panels. Build. Electricity. Solar panel. Yeah, alright. Get some more power. More everything. How you doing over here? You figure it out yet? 5.86. Nope. You're gonna be busy for a while. And then this should auto-connect here, I guess? Apparently not. But these should all auto-connect to this. This is making copper wire. That's good, probably. Stasis pod? Where did you come from, buddy? Very slowly floating into position. Alright, alright. This looks like it's landing. I'm happy with that. Incoming stasis pod. Alright, tell me about stasis pods. It landed. Stasis pod. So someone's inside this thing. What is this? Contents will be ejected after the cooldown sequence is complete. Oh, well, that's gonna be a bit. Yo, Garrett is now 65 years old. Congratulations, Garrett. An older man than I thought. Flying to target. Okay, so this is, mining expedition? Mine all. What are... You're still just flying, I guess. Eight hours ago, and I have no information about what's going on still? That seems unfortunate. Isn't there like a shuttle... Expeditions. Details. Enter planet? Do I have to tell them to do that explicitly? Select shuttle? Oh, I have no idea what's going on here. Maybe they're already entering the planet. Maybe that's what this is. And they just haven't gotten there yet. Flying to target. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The interface. I have questions. I think I figured it out, but I still have questions, I guess. And then these are going to be waiting on copper wire, I think. Once enough copper wire is done, they'll be able to put this together. But copper wire is a thing that we are producing rather than a thing that we have. Trades? What you got for me? Asimov override. Oh boy. Finally. Able to kill myself like I've always wanted. No. I don't think I care about the Asimov override. These things are all expensive, huh? I guess I could buy microchips since that's like my current bottleneck. But also we are making microchips, so it's probably okay. Rather than buying microchips at probably exorbitant prices. All of these prices seem exorbitant, actually. Maybe if I was mining cryptocurrency instead of copper, we'd be able to afford this stuff. I'm not even sure which of these are, like, worth trying to shell out money for. Well, eventually I'll be able to make all of these upgrades myself, I think. Like, the disc... Actually, let me look at my science list. Because there's a list of upgrades that I know I can make somewhere here. Oh, for now, I can't make any of them. Shuttle upgrades. There's the autopilot upgrade. Where are the other upgrades? Is it here? I think it's here. Reactor efficiency upgrade is microchip, lithium, and copper plates. And this is a thing I can currently... Oh, I've made one of these already, the auto connect upgrade. That's not that important. Then it's like, where do these other things come from? Reactor efficiency is all well and good. Memory compression upgrade? And then there's like the list of upgrades that I currently have on my, like, Starcreds Miner is apparently on my list of things to research in the near future. So it's like right here. Overclocking. Converter? Ship computer? I can make another ship computer? Wow, wild. Here's the disk compression upgrade. That's very far away. That's an M in front of that power requirement. That's not a K, that's an M. And memory compression upgrade even further away. Also, even more expensive. Optical fiber and uranium. Quantum cloud allows having up to 64 ship computers. Yowza. Unfinished feature. Okay, alright. Maybe let's not research cryogenics immediately. Alright, so the ones in blue are things that I can research. The ones in yellow are queued up. And the one in green is the one that I'm currently researching. I think is how this color scheme goes. And then this is telling me that, yeah, that's, in fact, going to require more resources than I currently have. I agree. You are not wrong. Like, or I buy a star creds miner under the hope that it will eventually make up for itself. Make the money back without me having to research star creds mining. These are not that bad to build. I think I have plenty of lithium. So I guess if I were to buy any of these, it would be the one that's furthest away on the tech tree, which would be the memory compression one. Which, coincidentally, is the most expensive thing on the menu, other than the autopilot upgrade. Which looks pretty valuable, actually. Wouldn't mind having one of these either, so I don't have to worry about humans figuring out that I need them at the bridge in order for the ship to move. Alright, this is great. Love that, love all of this. What do I have that I'm willing to sell? I am not selling my robots. 0 of my robots are for sale. I could sell a spacesuit. Spacesuits feel weirdly valuable. Carbon fiber, rubber, and plastic. Rubber's not that hard, not that easy to put together, right? That's a thing that... Carbon fiber... Carbon fiber? Carbon fiber? Carbon fiber. Made at the loom, which I have. Can I not make carbon fiber? Weaving hat. We've made enough hats. That's fine. That's already set. I'm going to copy this Oh, I can't just copy this config into a clipboard. I have to copy it to another thing. I can make carbon fiber here. 6 hours at 10 kilowatts. Oh, I have to do math on how much money a kilowatt hour is worth in order to figure out how much money carbon fiber is worth. You need to come out of your tantrum spiral and manually operate the ship controls to save your own life. Yeah, that sounds impossible. Cannot do. Pawns willingly leave tantrum spiral challenge. Impossible. Rubber. Which I have a fair amount of. Crafted in a converter? Do I have that? Do I even know what a converter is? One of these things, maybe. Nope! None of those things! Maybe eventually one of these things, once I get the research for it. Carbon fiber, rubber... What was the other thing? To make a spacesuit, plastic. And how do you suppose plastic is made? I also have a chunk of it. Like... And then also, like, maybe I could buy the components in order to make spaceships, suits, suits, space suits. I mean, not like these components, but, like, if the individual components for a spacesuit is low enough value, then putting them together into a spacesuit feels like pretty worthwhile in terms of increasing my ability to sell things. But also, looking at these things that I can sell, I'm not getting to 40k worth of stuff here. Right? Like, I am never affording a memory compression upgrade. So maybe not a big deal here. And then, like, these I can just make. Which is cool. But yeah, if I were going to buy anything, I think it'd be the memory compression upgrades. And no, that's not happening. So I guess nothing's happening. Alright. See ya. Well, I'm sure that was time well spent. I should probably start working on making those upgrades, though. Maybe put together a crafting station. Hello? Haul the microchip. Yes, do that. Do that thing, please. How good is living space? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So if I wanted to put together, like, a chain of crafting stations so that more crafting could occur... Right, this one is Chance's bed. Might be able to set that up. And I can make clothing, but I cannot yet make spacesuits. Right, that is a separate research that I do not currently have. Expedition setup? Abort. We're already exploring. Exploring! Oh, that's different! That's different from the thing that it was doing earlier! Cool. Progress. Still no intel. So they're figuring out what they can mine. And then once they've started mining, I'll know what they can mine, I suppose, is how this is going to work. How's this idiot doing? 5.88! Slow and steady progress. Making copper from copper ore. Disassembler doing actual nothing. What's in the storage? Gears. Whatever. Grinding rocks. That's cool. Keep grinding them rocks. And then grinding the coal into carbon. And then I can turn the carbon into carbon fiber. And then I can turn the carbon fiber into spacesuits eventually. Although that is very far away. Speaking of very far away, how far away are spacesuits? Suit. Spacesuit. That's still an M. That's not an immediate thing I could be researching. That's pretty far away still. Fabricator. Advanced assembler. Do you like assemblers? I also want coffee. Friendly beings came out of the stasis pod. Friendly beings? Hopefully they have enough air to survive here. Robo and operator. Ah, they're humans. I really hope you have a spacesuit, because you're just otherwise just gonna die here. Comfortable temperature. Negative 300 something degrees. Alright, fair enough. Do you have a spacesuit? Lucky. Yeah, humans named Robo and Operator. Hauling stuff? What are you hauling? Processing stored material? Look at this. Science and construction? Oh man, the things you could be doing. I guess they want to be helpful. That's great. Thanks for being helpful. Like, I have robots that could do this, but, I'll take it. Petroleum and refinery. Okay, now we can make petroleum! So let's make a refinery so I can make petroleum. Build. Production. Refinery! What is this? Connector 1612, not connected to anything. All right, now this has a little bit more room for the next solar panel business. So that's good. All right. Friendly beings sounds terrifying. What, you don't like that they're specified as friendly? Oh, I see. The implications are that if they weren't friendly, they could be something else. Yeah, alright. Alright. I see. Alright, so this stasis pod, huh? Details. And can I now deconstruct it? Heck yeah, free microchips. Bwant? Why bwant? Oh. Wally Throw freaked out. Robo and operator join the colony. Battery malfunction. Yep. Well, let's move you to some place that's not in the middle of space. And you will eventually recharge. Onomatopoeias are great, aren't they? Requires a bill. Worker went offline. Well, yes, okay. Try again. Somebody else. Somebody fix this problem for me. Yeah, I know about the battery malfunction. You can stop yelling about the battery malfunction. Otherwise, oh, that's true. That's a good point. All right, we're mining lithium apparently from this this planet. Sweet. All right, I guess it is time to set up another solar array. Sure, why not? Yet more solar. Sounds like a wonderful time. B? Heck yeah. Alright, and this does, in fact, fit into position such that I'll be able to connect all of the solar panels. Alright, great. Let's make a floor. On which I will make a floor socket. And then I will connect a bunch of solar panels to it. Sounds lovely. How's this coming along? Slowly. Okay. Valid. Project construction level up to 8. Right, because the name of the construction drone is Project Field. Sure. Good job, Project. Refinery. Details? Processing crude oil and other liquid raw materials. Yeah, I mean, do the thing. Sounds lovely. We're gonna need more power, aren't we? Well, I guess that's why I'm making solar panels. All right. That checks out, I suppose. Can somebody put him in the charging bay? No, okay. Never mind. They'll figure it out, I guess. All right. Plenty of processing to do, and plenty of robots to help the processing occur. Meanwhile, humans over here continue to live their lives. What do you need? You're hungry. You're eating. Well, as long as you're eating. Somebody just left a survival meal on the floor, so the dog's eating it. Good job. Well done, humans. It's perfect, really. I can't imagine a better way for that to play out. These humans are so good at everything. Can't believe I gotta cater to these stupid goddamn organics on my ship. This would be so much easier if it was only robots. Maybe I should just space all the humans. Oh, that's what the Asimov chip is for. To finally give me the robot utopia I deserve. What are you up to? You're thinking about things. Mining lithium. Fantastic. Do I need lithium? Do I need lithium? What do I need lithium for? Is maybe the better question. Required for crafting battery cells, reactor efficiency upgrades, and star creds miners. And C42. Is that like the sequel to C4? Plastic Explosives was so good, they made a Plastic Explosives 2. Actually, what is that thing? C42. Yes, actually, it is in fact a sequel to C4. Great. I like the efficiency upgrades though. More lithium means more efficiency upgrades, and I'm quite happy if my reactors are more efficient. Maybe that is a thing I should be looking into researching? Reactor efficiency, search efficiency, energy efficiency, reactor, yeah, this thing. Can this thing be next on the list instead of the 1.9 megawatt thing? All right, I have 14 disk space. The thing I have 16 disk space available. The thing I am currently researching requires 14 of it, leaving 2 left over. So I need another 12 disk space to get energy efficiency done. Which is, I guess, what I'm doing here? No, this is memory. That's not disk space. But like one of these is enough disk space to do the thing. So let's make one of these. That sounds lovely. And somebody's doing it. Great. You love to see it. What does it need? Does it also need microchips? Everything needs microchips. So cursed. I guess it's a good thing I have all the microchips. But I'm gonna need a Carbot to come out and finish it. So I guess stop doing that and work on this. Maybe just hang out nearby. Retry task. Chance tried to help! Aw, Chance, you're such a good boy. Unfortunately, Chance, there is no oxygen out here. You cannot bring me the titanium plates. But, thank you. Thank you so much for trying. I very much appreciate it. Is there a spacesuit for dogs? That's a very good question. Is there a spacesuit for dogs? Do dogs even have equipment slots? Like, if I click on my human, I can see that there's, like, an equipment section here. I don't think dogs have equipment. Dogs can be petted, but dogs can't have equipment. So I guess the answer is no. Which is a shame, because the dogs are much harder workers than the stupid goddamn humans. Alright, we're gonna make another crafting station, I think. B. Chance took cold damage? Where did Chance go that he was taking cold damage? My mouse is being, like, bad. Give me a second, sorry. Maybe the answer that the piece of paper I am using as a mouse pad has gotten, like, weirdly grimy. That might be part of it. Alright. Local thrusters. Local thrusters. Now we can thrust locally. Probably when Chance tried going outside to help fetch. Maybe, yeah. Who's doing the hauling? Robo. Oh, that's a human. Human's doing the hauling. Why not leave the hauling to my, the haulers that can actually maneuver? I guess they're hauling stuff to the solar panels is probably why. Oh, the probe is ready. Carbot's gonna come help. Go help, Carbot. Select the stasis array and use the cryostability menu to find and enable advanced life support. Consume a significant amount of electricity will improve cryostability. We have more control over the colonist wake-up rate. Cryostability. Advanced. Done. I sure did. Now I can request a wake-up. I'm not going to request a wake-up. I'm never going to request a wake-up. And if it's basic, it's a 1/10 of the power requirements? No, we're sticking to basic, thank you. No, thank you. I do not have the energy to support the thing that you are trying to do. I would rather be able to continue research and have zero control over when people wake up. This is a better outcome. Chloe. Yeah, sure. Chloe does in fact skip. Okay, maybe let's prioritize this slightly more. Sorry. Yeah. Up is higher priority. Yes. Makes sense. Wally, come back to me. Oh, perfect timing. Welcome back, Wally. Thanks for your help. Oh, he's just gonna go recharge. Yeah, all right, that checks out. What's Carbot doing out here? doing the construction. Great job, buddy. Eventually the other construction also. Exciting. Hey, Kellerman, how's it going? And nobody has started working on this crafting station. We're gonna need more helmets for people, aren't we? Can I make helmets? I think I could just make hats. Yeah, I don't really... I could go back to... making sure we have one hat. It's a shame I can't have multiple bills on a single loom the way you can in RimWorld. That would be... that would be an outcome I would appreciate. It's not Friday yet. It's true. Of the many days that it could possibly be, it is not Friday. This is fine. This is working on it. Research lacks disc. Yep, we're making a disc. That's what this is. As soon as Carbot's done on the probe. Which, like, soon enough. Alright, we can go to speed 2, I think. I've been sitting on speed 1 for long enough. I feel comfortable that I can follow along with the action. Let's make things move a little bit faster. It is, in fact, Wednesday, my dudes. Here he goes! He's gonna do the thing, and then I can make more science. Huzzah! Huzzah. Good job. Thank you for your assistance. This is still being worked on. This is still being worked on. This probe is finished? Launch? Where am I launching a probe to? I know of 2 places where stuff is mineable. Should I launch a probe to Bob? We're going to Bob anyway. Because Bob. Like, who could turn that down? What is Contra 4? Old Earth. Details? Owned by another faction. Oh. Taking certain actions may affect your relationship with the owner. Really? Zorik is unowned. Bob is unowned. Well, since we're heading to Bob anyway, maybe we'll send the probe to Ryman? Riemann? Find out what's out that way? Let's probe Bob. No, we're going to visit Bob anyway. It's Bob. I'm going to probe one of the further away ones so we can figure out what's there and whether or not it's worth visiting. Look at it go! See ya, probe. May you eventually return with information. Alright, well, it is a little bit early for my usual stream break, but my body is not cooperating. So, a little bit early it is. I hope you are enjoying Stardeus. I am definitely enjoying this. There's a lot to figure out still, but I'm having a good time kind of figuring it out and piecing it together and making things happen and eventually researching things. Eventually researching things. So, we're going to go to a break screen here and, yeah, stick around and there's going to be more Stardeus momentarily. And until then, have some music and hang out, and I'll be back in a bit. So, yeah. Thanks for being here, and see you folks soon. All right, thank you for your patience, folks. I have returned. Pause the music, bring the game back up, and continue the appropriate shenanigans. Speaking of, what are the appropriate shenanigans? What is, in fact, the next step in my list of shenanigans? I guess unpause is going to be the first next step. Research needs to happen. That's in progress. We're making some... processor settings. This is what I should do. Right now, the only thing you can filter is crude oil, so you might as well... Does crude oil do anything besides... become petroleum? Not that I have any more crude oil. No, it just becomes 2x petroleum when refined. Wow, this is good output. How do I get more crude oil other than rocks? There has to be a better way. Wow, okay. Petroleum is good fuel. If I can reasonably get, like, a renewable source of petroleum. Which, I gotta admit, doesn't seem super likely, all things considered. But that would be cool if that was a thing we had. I guess I just stick with more solar panels, maybe. All of these connectors just like fully saturated. Alright, this connector now not fully saturated, which means I have room for one more floor socket out here. Oh, right, precision thrusters. I should probably make some precision thrusters, maybe? This thought does not continue. Yeah, renewables, though. Renewables. On the whole, I think I agree. Regular floors. Just need a regular floors. Please make another regular floors. Thank you. Energy efficiency is on the way, which is exciting. We don't need any more auto-connect upgrades. But I think what I will do with this particular crafting station, actually, can I just have one of these? Stop producing. This can't make the upgrades. It can make microchips, though. That's a thought. Just keep making copper wire. But if I want to make upgrades, that has to be by hand. So I guess I will make upgrades by hand. And people can keep making microchips for funsies sometimes, I guess. What are you doing over here, Carbot? What are you up to? No tasks? Is that because your skills aren't high enough? Yep, that is exactly why. Alright, Carbot. Train construction again. We just need you to get to 6, buddy. You're so close. I know you can do it. So close. This thing needs to connect to, I think we said this. Perfect. This is weirdly positioned. I did a thing wrong. Why did I position this here? Alright, we will instead do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Just enough room for 31 solar panel connectors. I've said it before, and I will say it again. I really appreciate the music in this game. I think each track I appreciate for different reasons, with the possible exception of that one, like, disaster is about to happen that sounds like the literal sound of anxiety that I never want to hear again. But other than that, expand solar fields and giant farms outside the ship. I probably should, to be honest. That seems like a completely reasonable recommendation. There is a lot of space in space, but stuff needs to be attached. I just need to figure out how to keep stuff attached such that it'll stay working the way I want it to. Like, it's definitely plausible that this doesn't need to be here in the middle of everything and could be almost anywhere else. Alright, you know what is starting to bug me, though? Is the aesthetics of not having the floor match here. It's kind of bugging me. So, I think we're going to swap out these floors for floors that look the same, so that we will have the correct floors in this area. It's always space diarrhea, isn't it? Yo, the probe scanned Riemann. Why does this say Roberto? I want to select Riemann. Information. This is a planet. Okay. Silicon. Yo. And it's got a set amount of silicon. 740 silicon. What about Roberto? Also a set amount. Okay, so we should actually fully mine out Roberto before we leave. That seems reasonable. And then we can start making our way towards Bob. All right, so the probe is worth it. Probes are worth it. I guess I could build another probe? Probably. Seven floor panels to one power pylon. It actually depends on the pylon. Like, there's pylons that support more than that. Like, this has a shorter radius, but supports up to 16 connections. Colonist infected. Took sickness damage. Yep. As expected. Ongoing space diarrhea. It is a bit of a problem. Yeah, Wally Throw's doing wonderful work out here. Carbot, what are you up to? He's 6! You did it! Start doing the things. Oh, there's so much for you to do out here. Alright, things are looking better over here. How's Steel doing? Mostly holding steady, weirdly. Energy... Current energy consumption far lower than my max production. And this doesn't really show me how, like, what is producing the different things, right? Like, I can click on this and see that its power output is 0, which, fantastic. More sickness damage. Please stop getting sick, colonists with space diarrhea. 7 floor panels is 210 solar panels? Sure. 31 per. So I guess if I were actually planning out this arrangement that we're talking about, it would be blocks of 8x4, because that is 32, where one of them is a floor socket, and then the floor socket connects to a different thing. What else is 32? Right? It's 16x2, it's 8x4. There's not really any other way to divide that. And 31 is prime? I think 31 is prime. And they need to be arranged such that they are all in range of the floor socket. So this 8x4 thing, probably one of the more sensible ways to do it. Use 6x6, a little bit of extra space. I guess so. It depends on how tightly I'm arranging the floor sockets. That's the real question, is where do the floor sockets need to go? But yeah, maybe 6x6 is a better way of doing it. Unclear. But 8x4 also works with the floor sockets. Like, that's not a problem. So that would be... I don't really have, like, a planning mode, do I? Other than just build it and start planning. I don't think I can build solar panels just loose. I think we've run into this problem before. Like, if I try to build it, it needs to be connected to something. It can only be placed in space attached to the outside of the ship, so I can't just build it loose. But floor panels I can build wherever. But yeah, it seems like... I could, for example... I wish I could leave this up while going into build view. Maybe I can. Nope. $160,109. Okay, so that's a grid location, so I can use that. Right? This could be my connector. And then from here, I can get 7 panels connected. But also, given that that is this range... Oh, it got rid of both of them. Disappointing. I could build the bigger connector. And as long as that, like, the range of the thing is enough for connectors, we can start piling on all kinds of connections. So from here... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, so from here, 6x6 actually is kind of ideal. Six. But then for the sake of argument, we probably want to do something along the lines of... Oh, and then I can't... Okay. select B. There we go. And I'm building 31 of these, not 35. So there'll be a space of 4 that I'm not actually building in this 6x6 grid. So it'd be like this, or something. Again, assuming that the socket fits this correctly. Yep, just barely in range. 6x6 minus the corners. Ah, that's a smart way of doing it. But that's still one more than I can actually fit. Like, this is one more than I can fit. So one less, I guess. Something like that. Does this game even support blueprints? Copy configuration. That's not a blueprint. That was Control C. Oh, because C is cancel. See, that's why I like the 8x4 arrangement, is that's full usage of the space. But anyway, yes, I think the upshot of this is that is totally viable. And not an immediate priority, because I am still using this space for pretty much the same purpose. And that thing that I am doing also seems fine. Oh, sure, yeah, you can arrange, like, the line of it in whatever direction you want. That also works. Solar panel array is a thing I have just learned about. Excuse me? Tell me more about a solar panel array. So it's basically 5 solar panels stacked into a 4x4 space at less than a fourth the cost. No, at less than 4x the cost. Oh, that's so much better than all of this. Jesus Christ. And if I were going to build 31 of these to go with a single socket panel, upgrades. No jokes. No jokes. Five by 6 and 1 extra? Eight. Awkward. Awkward positioning. Because this is also like the range that this works at. Yeah, now I need 2x2 x31, right? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and I'm out of range. But alright, whatever. Solar field expanded. Alright, what else did this this research just give me? Matter reactor 50 kilowatts. More efficient than the small version. Okay. I like more efficient. And batteries. Now I know how to make batteries. And the reactor efficiency upgrades. So let's immediately begin making reactor efficiency upgrades. That sounds lovely. How many reactor efficiency upgrades do I want? Maybe just forever. Maybe turn everything into reactor efficiency upgrades. Can you just upgrade the existing solar or just scrap and rebuild? I can scrap and rebuild, actually. That is completely viable. My understanding is that deconstructing will return possibly all of the original materials? I don't actually remember. For now, let's say one at a time, these reactor efficiency upgrades. I wonder if the codex tells me about deconstructions. Base building. Building copies, okay. Device wear. At that point, the device will no longer be repairable. Right. Quick search. I can move stuff. Relocating a device can involve a construction skill check. Okay. Respect teleporters. And winching. Alright, great. Well, that's not exactly what I was looking for. But I'm not sure. Maybe under materials and resources? Here we go. Every single device and structure contains resources that can be recovered. Deconstructing unused devices is a valid and often necessary tactic. This doesn't tell me actually how much I get out of it, though. Alright, maybe I just watch them as they deconstruct and see what I get out of it. This looks like I got one of each, which is, in fact, the original building, like, materials. And this likewise, yeah, okay. So it looks like I'm getting full value out of my deconstructions. Which is fantastic. Because I can turn 4 solar panels into a solar panel array plus some extra materials at basically a profit. And all it requires is the time spent to build the thing. Alright, we're working on memory, so that's good. And we're also going to be working on power. Power is the next thing that we will be working on. Large reactor. Oh, these reactors are in fact larger. Can I be making... I don't think I can make these. I think I bought this one or found this one or something. I wonder if this shows used upgrades in my materials. It does not. It shows that I have had them at one point, but does not show what I've done with them. Worker had an urgent need. Oh. Didn't I have retry on this list before? What happened? Oh no, it moved over here. Why did it move over here? I guess I can drag stuff around on this list? Wild. When using the radial menu, hold control while activating the menu item to add it to the hotbar. Hold control and click on the item in the hotbar. Huh. Neat. And right now, everything is on the hotbar except for planning. Planning exists. Huh? That's cool. Ruler? Oh, this is my ship's original plan. I didn't know I could see this. That's neat. So had I wanted to actually just rebuild my ship, I could have. Wow, very cool. Okay, now how do I turn this off? Draws perfect circles. Wow. Suppose it does. I guess I could erase this plan. But I just want to not be looking at the plan. Oh, there it is. Haha, great. And space diarrhea continues to be ongoing. Love that. What? There was an egg? When was there an egg? The egg has hatched something. That sounds terrible. Combat in progress. Breaking in. When was there an egg? Well, Doctor's got a gun, and one of my other robots has a gun. Which is the robot with a gun? Oh, no. I don't remember which robot had a gun. You have a gun. Alright, buddy. You've got work to do. Combat in progress. That's awful. Who else had guns? Can I look up guns here? Energy rifle. Nope. I can go to my beings list. but I can't see from here who's got guns. Well, I think we only had the 2 guns. So, can I have you hide somewhere? Oh, with this position there, you can't get past through here. I didn't think about that. Fighting. Meleeing. Okay. Good job. They're in here attacking stuff. Fighting. Yes, okay. Can I make you fight? You don't seem to be fighting. The Roomba is fighting? Does the Roomba have a gun? Roomba does not have a gun. Roomba has no weapons. I wanted to give the Roomba a weapon, I think. Worker reluctant to do the job. Which job? How do I get you to fight? Alright, how do I get you to drop the gun then? What are you doing? Explain why. They're fighting in here. What are you doing? Combat squad? Can you please do the thing? Well, somebody took the gun. Who took the gun? Construction droid, amazing. Alright, construction droid is... Why can you not do the thing? Why is nobody doing the thing? Now there was damage somehow. Took physical damage, okay. Something exploded. Not a fan. If you're gonna fight, then fight. Achievement unlocked! Free hugs! Get a crawler attached to a human colonist. That sounds awful. I think that's bad for me. Tape a knife to the Roomba. I would like to. Oh no, this is terrible. No task. Explain why. Trying to detach the creature. That makes sense. It's kind of a task. Robo, what are you doing? You're not... Why is nobody doing anything? How do I fix this? The Roomba's doing more than the stupid human. If you're gonna help, help. Don't just sit in the doorway. It's not like I can tell the humans to move around. So Doctor's dead is what I'm hearing. It's probably not going to go well for Doctor. They're trying to help. Stuff is happening here. There's a lot of people who took physical damage here. Yeah, X6. Okay. But they're all fighting in this doorway. This is really awful. Where did Doctor go? Did Doctor die? Where did this egg even come from? Who brought an egg on board? You goddamn idiots. Can I make you reevaluate? A Doctor's kind of back, but he's still got that facehugger. That seems like a problem. He's been trying to detach the creature for an hour. That doesn't seem like it's going to go well for him. Was there a tutorial for this? Not in the slightest. The operator's helping. Robo is not. I'm just worried about, like, all the pathing seems to be really, really wonky for this. Like, it maybe feels like something here might be fixable, but I don't know what or how. Also, I don't know who got the other gun. Like, the robot dropped it, but then I guess somebody else picked it up? And then bailed? Wanted to give it to the other human, because the human seems like they're better at using the gun. Because the robot, not very good at using the gun. Maybe I can get Doctor to drop the gun. Attachments. Sleeping pod. So not the crawler, is what you're telling me. I don't think I can get him to drop the gun, actually. I don't think I have any control over the humans in the slightest. Space helmet. It's... Oh! Yep, that's a crawler attached to operator. Yeah, they're all just standing here in the doorway. They're not... Doesn't look like they're actually doing anything. They're just standing there. While people are walking around trying to get the crawlers detached from their faces. Creature attached itself to a colonist. Alright, maybe the codex says something about this. Weapons in combat. Here we go. Breach capsules. This is pretty irrelevant. Raiders may come in through a breach hole. Sure. Okay. Controlling combat units. You can order your managed workers to go to certain locations. Then use mouse to force the... Okay. Go to a place. Great. I can change their alert state. While in a high alert, units will perform routine tasks unless they're too close to an enemy. That'll switch the unit back to combat mode. Unmanaged workers cannot be controlled in combat. Unfortunate. Explosives and bombs. Countdown cannot be stopped. Bombs will blow up. Try to relocate the explosive. Neat. Raids? Combat overlay? There's a combat... Oh, there's a combat overlay. Combat controls. Combat overlay? None of these seem like combat overlays. Hey, Inkling. Probably not a good idea to use external ballistic assistance to remove facehuggers. I mean, you don't know that. I have combat controls. It's unclear that I have a combat overlay. Fluid cannons or directional turrets. Raiders will sometimes go for your valuables. Okay, that's not helpful in this particular situation. It's really not helpful at all in this particular situation. Alright, I guess we're back to hoping they figure it out on their own. Is the best I seem to be able to do here. Alright, let's have you all move out of the doorway and then figure it out. Can I have you help the doctor? You're really bad at navigating these airlocks. Wow. This is impressive. Okay. I want to know all of the available tasks. Last failed. Haul materials interrupted. Scarring memories of firing into melee from Necromunda. Oh, okay. This is very weird. And I don't know how to manage this problem. Oh, Hash has the gun. Moving to position? Which position are you moving to? Where are you going? Why? Fight! Alright, what about Hash with the gun into the room? Go into the room and fight. You can't go through here. Okay. Alright, we're deconstructing the doorway. Because this is crazy. I cannot figure out what is happening right now. And I hate that everybody is getting stuck in doorways. Like, look at this. This is, everybody is getting stuck in this doorway. And this is just really goddamn, I hate this. I hate this. Alright, what if I did that? Does that help? Stop trying to navigate this doorway because it's apparently impossible to do. And instead, do whatever thing you are supposed to be doing. Something about doorways is really screwing people up here. Alright, there we go. Now people are moving again. Alright, we figured it out. Yeah, it was just the doorway. Like, the pathing was completely screwing everything up. That's really, really odd. I don't know why that would be such a problem. I guess it's so many people trying to path through a doorway at once overloaded all of the pathing, and then nobody could go through any doorway ever? Okay. But it looks like we're okay now, so that's good. Doctor's still got the facehugger attached, though. That's not good. Does anybody want to help Doctor with this facehugger? Doctor's still being hugged. Anybody around to assist with this issue? Like, the other dude's okay, right? Doctor less okay. You're just wandering around, flailing. Flailing wildly is what's going on. Can I have you help with this? Unmanaged worker. Yeah, I know. I can't actually tell you to do anything. Mood 95. In a very good mood, despite the facehugger. No task. Explain why. It doesn't really need an explanation, does it? I guess I just have to hope that he figures it out? Somehow? He's gonna go take a shower with the facehugger on him, I guess? Can someone else help you? Like, what is going on here? Maybe the dog? Are you gonna be okay? Is there anything I can do about this? At all? Just... really anything I would like to know. It's looking like the answer is no. Pretty problematic. I guess you're just gonna stay hugged for a bit. Didn't you have a helmet? Maybe they got through the helmet. Head crawler. This is not a hat you would ever want to wear. Wow. Okay, yes. Other equipment replaced by crawler. Problematic. What is this? Oh, you want a hat. But probably not a crawler. Alright, do I replace this door? I could replace the door. Doesn't seem like a terrible idea. I don't even know why I have this, like, construct in the first place. Other than it was there. It's pretty much all I'm working with here. Really feels like I ought to be able to do something about this. Maybe Doctor could just stick his face in the nutrient extractor and it would peel the crawler off? That would be helpful. One of them got the crawler off. Like, somebody figured it out. And people can go through doorways again. That's nice. As of the current implementation, removing facehuggers on demand is not possible, but they die and detach on their own if you wait long enough. Addressing facehugger removal properly then. Alright, well... Congratulations, Doctor, you've made a new friend for life. Yours or theirs. Really too bad that it happened to the one with the gun. Maybe I should give everybody guns. He's Dr. Seuss. No, nobody likes your hat. Take it off. Repair station is not available? That's a lie. It's not a lie. There's only the one repair station, and it is currently in use. Alright, fair enough. Well, let's replace solar panels with better solar panels, as long as we're out here. In fact, let's just figure out the entirety of... Like, what do I want a solar panel array with the cool solar panels to look like? Right? If I just, for the sake of argument... It looks like as long as it's overlapping one of these grid spaces... it'll still connect. So let's figure this out. Let's figure out how I want this to look. Because this is going to take up more space than I was previously using. So 31 is going to be really awkward to fit. So maybe let's say 30, 15 to a side. So then it's something like, where can I like practice this? So if I had this thing like here, right? And then I wanted to put in the solar array. This is too far, this works. Which, how far is that, right? Compared to the existing thing. This is kind of difficult to manage, like, with blueprints. I really wish I could do, like, the Factorio ghost thing and just plant down a fake build thing. God, the quality of life in Factorio. It's not fair to compare other games to Factorio, but, like, I'm always going to be comparing games to Factorio. Doodled out an idea for the solar, focuses on filling the floor socket circle with arrays, using the space between 2x2 of those circles for the pylon to link them all together. Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of get an interface that I can actually plan this out. And that, it turns out, is not easy. All right, well, let's... Here. 152.56. Build flooring. All right, so from here, I am looking at something along the lines of... That's not the right thing. Oh, that's actually further out. I want it to be one further out because I can fit against this edge the things. $151.56. Like that connects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5? Hello? Why can't I build that there? I can. I just couldn't from here. And that does not connect to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 8. 9, 10. Does not connect. 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 223. 23. Why? Why? Why no build? I don't understand. Doodle was kind of asymmetric. That's fair. This is 26 solar panels. This is 26 solar panels. And a floor socket. This is definitely awkward to plan out compared to the way that this worked out. Damn it. So I guess I need to go into planning mode. Right? And if I make this circle... What are these things? 32, 8. So it must be an 8 circle, right? R8 is what I'm looking at. So how does that line up with the actual build radius of the thing? Almost exact, actually. It's got the little dots on the extra edges. But that's pretty good to start from. So at that point, I'm going to build... like little 2x2s. Attached a 3x3 to each side of the floor socket thing like flower petals. Okay, 9 times 4 is 36. And then you knock out 5 of those. Sure. Who this planning tool is a little difficult to use also, right? Because I have no idea what was here now that I kind of planned over it. Awkward. Alright, erase it all, try again. R8. So this is good. Right, 6x6 is then 9 of them. Yeah, this kind of works. And then a thing in the middle. Yeah, that presumably works. And is a decent start. I cancel all of that, thank you. But also for now, I'm just going to be replacing all this stuff. And I'm not going to worry too much about how the sockets are laid out. Just they can stay where they are. We'll figure it out afterwards. So we'll just keep doing this. Oh, these are so slow to assemble. Wow. And someday Doctor will be free of his friend. But, it might be a bit. Whew. Why are you not connected? Like, there's so much room to connect these things. Poor decisions to be not connected. The egg has hatched something awful. Zeus has joined your colony. Oh, sweet. It's another dog. Fortunately, we have a bed available for Zeus. Hi, Zeus. Welcome. Hello, friend. Alright, I'm going to, unfortunately, for everybody involved, need another break here. But at least it's not in the middle of combat, or whatever the hell was happening. Yeah, I'll finish building up the solar field and then eventually figure out what future tasks look like. But for now,